Hey everybody, it's me Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 Hertz, the universal frequency. Strengthen up your aura just like Goku and balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourself today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to Great Days. Now today I got a video all about time and how it is illusory and a construct. Time consciousness and timeless consciousness, and also how they actually control you using time. So today's video is time, a human construct. Get right into exactly how time is itself illusory and just a construct. Okay, so time, if you do not know, is literally just an illusion. It really does not exist. Okay, it is literally just a construct. It was constructed and put into place in order to keep us in a bounded physical state, or a physical limited state, okay, to some of the more metaphysical higher dimensions of life which transcend the time, okay. And all of the people who are seen as geniuses within the world have all come to a timeless consciousness, okay, which is literally just a dimension of awareness that is timeless. It doesn't use the concept of time, okay, because time, like I said, is literally an illusion. It does not exist, and it is literally just a construct that was put into place millennia or even eons ago to keep a bounded or limited state of physical experience, okay. And how is it exactly a illusion, you might ask? Well, time is truly an illusion in the way that when you stop living according to the clock, or even just the concept of time, it completely falls away and dissolves, because it is truly an illusion. Think about it like this: if you were to go live out in nature alone with literally no clock or no concept of time, the entire concept of time and the rhythm of living within that time would literally dissolve as well and fall away. You would soon come to living in accordance or in synchronicity with the natural rhythms of nature. This tree behind me does not live according to a clock. Do you see it using a clock or even a watch? You don't see it using time at all. It has its own rhythm that it grows to and that it matures to and that it lives by. And that rhythm is not a constant tick every second. Its rhythm is completely natural in nature, and it isn't as constructed as a concept as time. It is living off of its own rhythm. It doesn't need time, and in the same way, we truly do not need time. And further, time is truly an illusion, okay? All of the higher intelligent beings and high intellectuals will actually tell you the same thing, that time is truly an illusion, and that when you come to a timeless consciousness, you can actually ascend into the higher dimensional understanding that you can actually attain to. Okay, so time is an illusion. Think about it like this as well. If two kids one day ran out of games to play, they would then start making up imaginary games and imaginary rules to go with those games. In the same way, we created time, which is just an imaginary concept that we have followed ever since. It was as if one day we ran out of games to play, and then we imaginatively started creating new ones with imaginative rules to go with it, or imaginary rules to go with those games. It is the same concept with time. It is literally imaginary, but we can follow it as if it is completely real. But in actuality, it is an illusion and it does not exist, okay? It is a part of conceptual reality, which in itself is completely illusory as well. Okay? Conceptual reality is actually lived within during the majority of our lives nowadays, but those who have lived their entire lives within nature and not a civilization or a society know that conceptual reality is also just a construct, okay? And that is fitting into place with time being an illusion. Now, there is such thing as time consciousness, and there is also such thing as timeless consciousness, okay? Time consciousness is something or a dimension of awareness that Western civilization or society lives within the majority of their life, okay? And timeless consciousness is also a dimension of awareness that Eastern civilization often lives within the majority of their lives. Okay, so time consciousness is when we live within the dimension of awareness that is living within time completely the majority of our life, okay? And timeless consciousness is a dimension of awareness that doesn't live within time at all. It lives off of the natural rhythms of nature itself, and this is what allows the Eastern civilizations or the timeless consciousness beings in order to ascend into higher dimensional perspectives, okay? And this is why some of the Eastern civilizations are so wise in nature, and they are so godly, and they are so higher in vibration and higher in dimension, because they don't live off of a construct. They don't live off of a illusion, unless unless you say that all of life is illusory, which it also is, and that is what Maya is. In Hindu Sanskrit, it translates to magic or illusion. But time in itself is a construct that is more systematic in a linear perspective, okay, and it is just an illusion. Okay, so there is time consciousness and there is timeless consciousness. Most of the people I know and most of the people in Western civilization are living within time consciousness right now. They're living on the clock, within the clock, okay, and this literally has you trapped within that rhythm of the clock. Tick, 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 every second of your life. If you live the majority of your life within time consciousness or according to a clock, you are always going to be fixed within that tick, 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 tick every single second until you're dead, until you are dead. Your entire life you can live within the rhythm of a clock, okay, or you can completely dissolve the rhythm of the clock and live within a timeless consciousness. Will actually bring you more silence, more intelligence, more stillness, more meditativeness, more peace, more higher dimensional understanding, a higher vibration as well, and more metaphysical living as well, okay, because when you live within time consciousness, you are constantly living according to a clock or according to time, which is always going to be ticking away every second, okay, until you either die or until you dissolve away time consciousness and come into a timeless consciousness, which is having you break those boundaries of time and those limitations that time can also bring you as well, into a more expansive and limitless and boundless and infinite consciousness or lifestyle, okay? Very, very profound as well. It'll have you within the divine energies that are all around us. It will have you recognizing that all of life is a divine being, and that our ego is literally just an illusion as well. Our sense of self-identity can be dissolved away within the intelligence of the cosmos, and that is what liberation is as well, okay? So living within a timeless consciousness will actually bring you to a state of liberation, freedom, or complete dissolution in a physical sense. Okay, so how do they actually control you with time? The Matrix, if you do not know, is actually using time to control the masses nowadays, and it is very simple, and it is evident in the way that most people are living the majority of their lives in a time consciousness. So the fact that time is literally just a rhythm, the fact that every second there is a tick, 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 is also making way for the fact that they control you with that rhythm. Think about it like this: if you were to play a song, just one song, all day in your room, and you listen to that song all day, by the end of the day you would be in rhythm with that song, and then you would be moving according to that song. You would, be acting, you would be fluently going in the rhythm of that song. Now think about, instead of a song, a clock that ticks, ticks, ticks every single second. If you lived according to that tick, 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 tick every single second of your life, inevitably you are going to be living within that rhythm. And then when you are living within that rhythm, you are also inevitably going to be acting according to that rhythm. And when you are acting according to that rhythm, when you are making actions according to that rhythm, tick, 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 you can also then be influenced by whoever controls that rhythm. Okay, and it's that simple. Further, they can then have you act according to that rhythm in any area of the society that they built according to that clock as well. So it's very, very simple how they control you, really. It literally is. All they have to do is put up a rhythm, and then you'll start dancing to that rhythm. And if it's their rhythm, then they have already decided what your dance will be, which it doesn't have to be a dance, but it is your act or your actions. Because my actions are literally just coming from the rhythms that are all around me, which is why I put myself in nature, so I can be within a more natural, timeless consciousness or a timeless rhythm, instead of a constant tick, tick, tick every single second. So if they have people in sync with this rhythm of the clock, then they decide your actions as well. And it's literally that simple how they control you. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video today on time being illusory. Subscribe over here to the left of me and support my channel. Help me reach 50 subs. Drop a like to the video on the right of me and support the channel once again. Generate some static electricity from your ethereal body. It needs to be strengthened and realized for the collective rise in consciousness. I love you guys. Have a great day. Peace out and get in tune with the timeless consciousness.